At sunrise, Amy Lynn Bradley vanished from cruise ship. No es crime, no es plus, no witnesses. For 27 years, one explanation survived. She fell overboard. But in 2026, that explanation collapsed because a new lead surfaced. Not a rumor, not a theory, but information that investigators can no longer dismiss. And it raises one terrifying question. What if Amy Bradley didn't disappear? What if she was removed? Chapter 1. The last minutes that never added up. 1:45 to 6 o'clock. Amy was last seen asleep on her family's cabin balcony. Barefoot, calm, alive. 30 minutes later, she was gone. Cruise ship experts agree on one thing. People don't fall silently. There was no noise, no impact, no weakness. But there were sightings of Amy inside the ship after that moment. Sightings that never fit the official timeline. And those sightings would later become impossible to ignore. Multiple passengers reported seeing Amy near the ship's glass elevator with a band member. One witness saw him return alone. Another saw him retrieve a dark drink. Music volume was turned up shortly after. Minutes later, Amy vanished. The band member denied involvement, but investigators later documented inconsistencies in his statements that were never resolved. In 2026, behavioral analysts revisited these movements. Their conclusion was chilling. This didn't look accidental. It looked intentional. Months after Amy vanished, sightings began appearing across the Caribbean. A Canadian diver reported seeing a frightened woman with Amy's tattoo, surrounded by controlling men. Years later, a U.S. Navy serviceman claimed a woman in a Caribbean brothel identified herself as Amy and begged for help. Individually, the sightings were dismissed. But in 2026, analysts noticed something disturbing. They followed known trafficking routes active in the late 1990s. Too consistent to ignore. Then came the detail most people never heard. A clerk inside the Curacao Police Department claimed he had seen Amy alive. He identified her by her tattoo. He said she appeared drugged, and he demanded $50,000 for her location. Interpol drafted a contract. The family raised the money. Then the clerk vanished. For decades, this sounded unbelievable. Until 2026, when investigators confirmed unexplained access activity tied to archived files. Not proof, but not coincidence. If Amy fell, where is the evidence? If she left willingly, why did she leave everything behind? And if she was taken, how does someone remove a person from a cruise ship without leaving a trace? In 2026, the case is no longer closed. Because sometimes the most frightening truth isn't that someone disappeared, it's that they were hidden.